welcome back to my channel, my lovelies. Unless you're new here, then welcome for the first time. I'm sorry for the delay in getting this out to you guys. I have not been feeling that great last week. A lot of recovery after not feeling great the week before, I think. Plus a few other things that have been going on. So I still really wanted to get this out for you guys, even though it is a day or two late. I've also... I'm so excited. I've been working on my new Oracle deck. Yes! And it's an animal deck that will be coming out, and I have done 9 cards in 1 week last week. So even though I was feeling a bit shitty, I did manage to get work done, which makes me feel so awesome. But it also means that they're going to be done quicker than what I was expecting. So by the end of this year, I'm hoping to have them fully done, if everything goes to plan. Also, my other deck, Whispers of the Soul, is still available at the moment. I did find an extra box of these as well, so I got like an extra 10 than what I thought I had. So I have 35 decks left for you guys. So these ones again are not going to be printed. Again, as far as I'm aware at the moment, while I work on my animal deck, plus I have another deck, a tarot deck in the making as well with another beautiful lady. So if you do want to get your hands on my Whispers of the Soul deck, which I use in like every reading, I can't help myself. I just feel so proud. I'm so proud. So if you do like them and you fancy your own, there will be a link in the description below. There's also a walkthrough if you want to see every single card. You can find that in the description below as well for you. Feel free to go and have a little look. So yes, my lovelies, let's get into the weekly reading. So as always, this is just a general read. Please take what resonates, leave anything else behind. Also, please remember that this does not guide your life. This is not set in stone. This is not what will absolutely happen. This is just to help maybe give you a nudge, a little indication of things that are coming up. It may be those little whispers that have been going on within, that you just need a little confirmation or guidance on. And I just want to put that out there because you have free will and a card reading does not dictate your life. So let's dive in, my loves. Let's dive in. So as always, we have 3 piles. We have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So if you just want to settle yourself down, take in as many deep breaths as you need to. Just relaxing and surrendering. And then when you feel ready, just allow yourself to choose a pile. It may be the very first pile that your eyes dart to. It may be a pull towards a certain pile. Just allow it to be that very first sort of feeling or sense that you have. And then you can find the timestamps for each pile in the description below to be able to jump straight to your reading. Welcome, pile 1, to your weekly reading. Let's have a look at what cards we have. We have, I love this, Synchronicity. I just love that image so much. We also have Believe in the Impossible with the blue moon. And we've also got Adaptability. Okay, so let's have a little look at where am I going. I really feel so drawn to this first, the Synchronicity. So what I'm seeing here with this is I feel like the moon is a very big influence for you this week. I don't personally know what sort of where we are with the moons. I know it wasn't that long ago that we had a new moon. So you may want to dive into that a little bit more. You can research that and find out some more information. But I just feel like the moon is kind of affecting you at the moment. I feel like you could work a lot with the moon if you wanted to understand the moon cycles and how it can kind of web and that sort of that ebb and flow that you get with the moon. I just feel like hormones Hormones feel like something that comes up for you guys, pile one. So if you have been feeling a bit off, not quite yourself, and you've been a bit unsure why, maybe you're feeling a bit like, like when you get a little bit angry or frustrated and you just get a little bit annoyed. It's that sort of feeling that is coming up here. So I just want to kind of say, maybe check in with your hormones. Can you eat a little bit better to support your hormones? It just feels like there's something that is going on internally for you guys. And I feel like energies affect you massively, which is why the moon comes up as such a big influence for you this week. So when you're looking at these cards here together, I just feel so drawn to these two in particular, because there's also this feeling of, you've got the circle coming in quite strong, you've got synchronicities as well. So what I get with that is everything happens for a reason, first of all. And also sometimes we go through these phases. So I adore the yin yang. So this is saying that we need both. We need to have that light and that dark, that balance. It is so important, because without the darkness, we can't appreciate and have compassion and love when we're in the light. And if everything was light, we wouldn't understand what darkness was. And it's more living on a sort of almost like a top layer, rather than the darkness is more of this depth, this inner world that's within you. And I personally love all the, I love, but then when I go through these, like the last 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, so annoying. But I also know it brings up such healing from it, and it also makes me appreciate what I have. So for me personally, because I've suffered with some tremors and spasms that I haven't had for over a year, so I have had this greater appreciation that I'd forgotten, that I used to live with this inability to maybe brush my teeth or wash my hair or be able to step in the bath by myself, the simplest of things. And for me, I've had this remembrance of just how far I've come, and how I'll try and explain as best I can. But do you know when like something, you've been through shit, okay? So you know how it feels to feel a certain way. Maybe you've had depression, anxiety, you know that feeling. But then when you haven't had it for a while, you forget, because this is what the mind does. It's very good at it. You forget what it feels like to be in those trenches sometimes, be in that hole, to feel the certain way, to be of what it was not to do those things, because you're doing better, you're feeling better. So you do this and you do that, and you start to forget to have the gratitude, the appreciation, that love and compassion for where you are compared to where you were, because we get like stuck in the now, in everyday stuff of life, the hamster wheel, and that's the sort of thing that is coming up for you this week, is this sort of remembrance. This light is shining on you, I feel like. I'm really drawn to the light that is coming through the darkness, but there's also this great appreciation for the darkness. I don't want it to be underappreciated. So this light, and even in like the way the light is shining on this one here with this blue moon, and it's like, yes, this light is shining through. I'm seeing that coming through so strongly, and I'm seeing the balance coming back here. But also, like if you look at this card and you've got the black in the background as well, and to me, this light is coming forwards out of that, and you're finding that balance. Again, these hormones are coming up to me. So there's a balance within your hormones that may be coming up for you. If you struggle with things, all things feminine, with the womb, all that side of stuff, it's almost like there's going to be a release or a relief, as well as some challenges maybe moving forwards, but it just feels like it's more of a positive this time round of your moon cycle. And then we have the adaptability card that steps in this week as well. And you're also being asked within this card to believe in the impossible. And with the adaptability coming in, it's saying, right, if something's not working, what can we do differently? How can we change this? How can we make this work for us? And this is what I feel is coming up for you guys, pile one, is to just readjust, reevaluate where you are, what's going on, and work out what isn't working for you. So it's about moving away from negativity with this card. It is about changing direction. It might be quite quickly in how you have to make a decision, but it's all about coming back to your instincts, your trust. It's the inner side of yourself, which is what is being revealed to you. it kind of feels like this has kind of been working up to this point and now this week you'll start to reveal the truth more, yourself more, as you come more into a balance emotionally and physically, and that light starts to really start to shine through. You start to feel like yourself again almost. It just feels like almost like a burst in energy in a way. It's a bit of an abundance feeling that comes through. But as that comes through, it's this belief in yourself that I want to come to with this card, this belief in the impossible, belief in yourself. It's you that I am putting in this week. It's you that I'm focusing on. It's you who's finding your voice and standing up for yourself. It's you that's adapting and changing to your surroundings, but also you're adapting so that your inner voice, and it's not just your inner voice, it's the inner workings of you, it feels like. So this can be your mindset, this can be you physically, this can be your immune system, this can be your womb. There's just so much within you that's kind of changing, it feels like, and there's a lot of frequency changes that are happening in general anyway, but it's just that sort of thing that's coming on for you this week. So this week, don't be surprised if there is a lot of changes and feelings within yourself that you're feeling this change, but you don't always maybe feel the best while this is happening, but it also feels like it's working out for the best. It feels like you're finding yourself and your balance. And I want to read this card to you as well, which says, "Thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs," because it's all about timing. Everything is about that divine timing. Things don't work out one way, but then eventually in time it's going to work out a different way. And that's the feeling that I get for you this week, my loves. So I will leave that reading with you. I hope this resonates with you, and I hope to see you here next week. Welcome, pile 2, to your weekly reading. Let's have a look what cards we have for you. We have Archangel Sandalphon that is coming through this week to support you. We have the North Node coming in, and we also have Creation. So what I'm seeing here is a little bit of excitement. I feel like there's some big changes, something feels big on the horizon coming up in the future. And it just feels like it's almost like a mixed bag of energy that comes through these cards. I'm like, I don't know where to go first. So I quite like that energy personally, because it's like excitement. So something exciting is coming up this week, or working on something towards something exciting. That's my feeling initially as we go into this reading. Okay, so I kind of want to come to Archangel Sandalphon first. I get a lot of grounding and nature in a way, because what always happens when I get exciting feeling and I'm like, ooh, like it feels like it's just buzzing and it's very light and airy and quick moving. And what tends to happen is that we need some grounding energy to start with. We need to anchor ourselves down to have an idea, a focus as we move forwards. I feel like, I just feel so excited, it's beyond. So what I'm seeing here is, one, there's a healing element that I feel coming through as you're connecting with the earth and grounding yourself. I also feel like finances, there's like a breath of fresh air. It's like release across the chest as I come into this here. It just feels like I can breathe again. So if you've been having any money worries, it feels like there's either a break or there is some money coming in that maybe you didn't expect from areas that you weren't expecting it to come from. I'm also seeing with this card, it is the miracle of prayer. So I kind of want to focus on affirmations as well, really work on bringing what you want and saying what you want rather than what you don't want. So especially when it comes to finances, instead of saying, oh, I don't have the money to do that, I can't do that, it's changing it into a way such as money flows to me easily and freely from many different avenues, and it's opening up the possibility then for them to come from all different sources straight to you. So it's all about the words that you use and the way that you use them. But there's a grounding that comes in with this for you, my loves. I also really feel really strongly that the angels are stepping in and helping. So I would also work with the angels specifically to help you move through this sort of, it's kind of like you've been stuck in a phase or a funk lately. So Archangel Sandalphon is here to help with that. He will also deliver your prayers as well. So he is really good to work with in many different ways. And then as we move on, further, because this just feels like this is like your foundation here. We need to have this first. It just feels really important before you start moving into this even more excited energy. So if you can do maybe meditations or walk out bare feet, just take some time just to listen to the birds, anything that is just really simple that you can fit into your day. For some of you as well, I really want to bring in drinking more water as well. And I feel like some of you already know this, but you're not doing it. So that's just a little reminder for you guys. And then as we come into this exciting energy, there is something new coming up, or there's a project that you've already been working on that is continuing to grow. But I have to say, you're going to have to start getting out your comfort zones with this one, my loves. Pile 2, I feel like it says step out of your comfort zones. But if you really want to connect with it's like this destiny element that comes up with the North Node. There is this new things on the horizon that I feel come up as well. And I'm also feeling like there is a part of you that's been stalling. It's like, I'm not good enough. These doubts and everything are creeping in, which, remember, we're working on the way that we are saying things, because it is affecting you. I do feel like it's really impacting your mental health here. But what I get with this card, and even with the creation card here, is that there are new things coming. So we have the sun here. So this is like more you as an individual, where there is great things happening. But with the North Node, it also connects into other people around you. It connects into a community, the one consciousness. It is saying that what you are working on is going to help and connect with others. It's just not just for you. This feels like whatever you are doing, or the work that you're going to do, is going to kind of expand, just like this. I don't know how well you can see this, but like the lines that are expanding out from the sun there is just really sort of focusing, flickering, expanding, and there's all this glitter in this as well that you can't quite maybe see because of the light, and my camera is not the best camera, I'm afraid, but yeah, there's this just expansion that is happening within you. There's a rebirth, there's a big change in energy, there's like a massive shift in energy. It is like completely new, because you are changing as a person, you're deciding what you want as a person, how you're moving forwards, your soul purpose, your destiny is stepping up to show you the path forwards. There is a lot of inner stuff going on here. Your intuition, that inner voice, that little whisper within, it's been niggling at you, and in the past it feels like you put it off for a while, but I actually feel like you're listening to it now, and it's about really continuing with the listening, and focusing on that, because it's going to guide you and point you in the right direction on how and where to move forwards more. I also feel like you have stepped out of maybe either a dark patch or just a rocky patch of some kind. For some of you, you may have stepped out of a relationship and you're coming out on your own. You're starting to shine on your own. You're starting to really have this confidence that's growing. You start to believe in yourself more. And as you're doing that, your whole self is changing. It feels like there's a complete rebirth. Your power, your own power, it's like you're calling back your power. You're standing strong in your power. There's a lot of strength that kind of shines through, just like the sun does. It is you. So this week is really making sure that you are grounding. You're working on the words that you are using. You're focusing and visualizing what you're wanting in the future. You're working on something that is going to help other people. So this may be you continuing the work that you do. You may be studying something to then be able to put it out into the world, but you are conquering your fears. You are conquering all those sort of anxieties, all those inner voice elements of you're not good enough, or somebody else's voice that for some of you, someone else has told you this, that you're not good enough, that why would you think you could do that? There's no way you could do that. But you're starting to unravel those old beliefs and old truths, so that you can really kind of step up. I really see you stepping up your game and standing so strong within yourself. I kind of want to be your cheerleader. I want to really support you from the sidelines and cheer you on massively. So really work with that energy, because you can really really use it in such a positive way and to grow further. And again, I keep seeing it spilling out into other people's lives. So you are helping others along the way. And it's just so powerful. It's almost like a complete turnaround of maybe who you were to who you're becoming. And everyone is seeing it. And those that are congratulating you, they are the ones that are really supporting you. Whereas it feels like some are just like, they're watching, but they're not really supporting. So really work with the people that are supporting you, and let them fill you, because that's the way you're going to be able to keep this energy moving and that momentum going. Because I see this projecting further than just this week, this energy. This feels like this is going on, not just this week's energy. This feels like a projection into kind of like the month. So you can really work with that energy for a long time, if you wish to. So that's what I have for you guys this week. I hope this resonates, and I hope to see you here next week. Welcome, pile 3, to your weekly reading. Let's have a look what cards we've got for you. We have Express Your Creativity. We have a new moon in Cancer. And we've also got the full moon as well. Got lots of moons going on here. And what's interesting is the new moon and a full moon. So it's almost like we have one extreme to the other in a way, because we've got the two opposites. So that's the first thing that I'm drawn to here. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of some releasing and maybe some emotions that are coming up here this week for you guys. So let's dive in a little bit further for you. Okay, so as you can see, you've got these sort of blue energies coming in here. I feel like they're two different types, because we have the slightly darker here. So here with the Cancer, the new moon in Cancer, I feel like there is some emotions that are going to be coming up. And I feel this connected in with the full moon as well, because we have the releasing that happens with the new moon. So this can be emotional time when you are connecting with the moon energy, because it can be bringing stuff up. And because we've got the new moon as well, what I'm seeing here is almost like we are bringing stuff out from the darkness, those things that have been maybe hiding, things we've been putting off, traumas, emotions, anything at all, especially when it comes to family, I want to say. And this can be friends as well. So, but it's like that, friendships, relationships. What I'm getting here is something is being pulled out. Like I literally want to put my hand into the moon and pull something out. That's the way that I'm feeling. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling it from here and I'm putting it into here, because what is happening is those things that have been coming up that you've either been putting off or you haven't been addressing, the full moon is kind of making you, it's shining the light in the way. It's shining the light into that element. So they're merging together in a way. So you have that balance of the light and the dark coming together. And that's what I'm seeing here is this full moon is working with this new moon energy to really bring out the stuff that needs healing, that is wanting to be healed as well. I have to say, you're ready to heal this. That's what I'm hearing. You're ready to heal this. It's time. And again, it comes back to this sort of family element that comes up quite strongly here. And it's something, for some of you, maybe a long time ago that something's happened, or it may be a recent event that it just hasn't been fully addressed and been released properly. So that's the first thing that I'm seeing here coming up for you guys. So don't be surprised if maybe you're feeling a little bit emotional when things are coming up this week. And then we've got the Express Your Creativity. So what I get with this energy, so these two I feel go together. Then we have this energy, and I'm just going to pull another card for you guys. I just feel like I need something a little extra for you guys this week, pile 3. Let's have a look. Self-care. Okay, so I just feel like there is this need to put yourself first this week, because when we feel emotional, we can feel drained, we can feel tired, we can feel like we just maybe want to just hide under our duvet, like if you just want to like be like, I don't want to deal with the world today. That's the kind of energy in a way that this can bring. But I feel like you face it really well, because the energy that matches it, so say you had this card on its own, it feels a little bit like this would be quite a heavy energy. But as I'm bringing this card in, it's like, no, do you know what? We can deal with this. It's such a great support. That's that's what this feels like. And you may need to lean on other people in your life to help you through this transition, through these emotions that are coming up. And to do that as well, you also need self-care. You need to find time maybe to go by the sea, to the water. And because the Cancer is a water sign, it's about maybe connecting with a river, a stream, going to the seaside, having a shower or a bath where you light some candles, where you are putting in the effort and care for yourself, rather than just, oh, I'll just have a bath and not put much effort in. You can meditate within the bath as well. It just feels like this is really important. It's really calming for your mind specifically, but it's also a great way for cleansing and releasing. So that's one of the great things that are coming up for you to do this week, is to really work with water. Then you've also got this creativity that comes up, and it's almost like when you take some time out, you rediscover yourself a little bit. I love this card. Like, look at her. She's like, yes, I surrender into this. I'm ready for this. And that, I feel, is where you're at with these emotions. I'm ready for this. I just want to get on with it now. Let me just heal this. It's that sort of feeling that comes up. And she has this ability within her to connect with herself, to connect with that creativity within herself, that expression. This card feels like a massive form of expression. So as this is coming up, you may feel that you need to express yourself to maybe whoever's caused you pain in the past. It may be that you just need to voice it out with a friend. So you're taking some time for yourself to care for yourself. But it also may be as simple as taking some time out to be able to see and feel and hear the things that are coming up within. So then there's space for this extra energy, which is you. It's almost like, it's what I want to bring in the house. Like, I'm sitting in the house to take some time just to, it's almost like for some of you, you don't sit, you don't stop. So this is like going, sure, I'm going to watch a film tonight. It feels like something like that is something almost rare to you, something you don't really do very often. But you do love it when you do it. It's that sort of feeling. There is this expression that is needed. So we'll come into the voice side of things, but there is also this feeling, again, I keep coming to the house. For some of you, there maybe it's because with the new moon in Cancer as well, it brings up this movement. So it could be about moving house as well, but it could be about making your a house a home. There's that sort of feeling, because for some of you, I feel like you're decorating. This is what she brings up. I feel like some of you are decorating, that you may put it off for a while, or you maybe haven't finished it. You may have started it but haven't fully finished it. This is this energy that I'm bringing up. It's about this movement, this creation. And when I say creation, it's like just getting shit done in a way, but it's in a way of doesn't feel like it's a chore. It just feels like this is your space. This is your time. It just feels like you're surrendering into it and feel it. It just feels like a breeze. I'm feeling like a breeze washing over me. So there's a lot of sort of airy feeling that does come in at the same time. So even though there may be this slight heaviness that comes up, you are so supported, so surrounded by this lighter, supportive energy. And again, make sure you're leaning on family whenever you need to. And your family is important. This feels very important. Family and friends, putting them kind of first this week, or put in some time in to spend with them. So you may be, like I say, somebody who's busy all the time and you don't kind of take that time to stop and sit and watch something with the family. This feels needed almost this week. I feel like some downtime is very much needed for you. It's about feeding your soul. So if there's something that you like to do that it just fills you up, so for me it's like drawing and creating, but for you it might be reading a book, it might be getting your house tidy, it might be getting all those loads of washing done. It's the simplest of things sometimes, but they can get put on the back burner instead, as you're trying to just get through life and you're doing things all the time, especially if you're working or doing stuff for the kids all the time. This feels more of like everyone coming together. It feels like here, it feels like we're coming together as a unit and really reconnecting in a way, which is this sort of creativity, is also that form of expression, where we come together and we express the things that are going on, maybe how our day went, what's going on in school for the kids, what's going on in life for your partner. It's it's just time, quality time. That's what it is. It's quality time that comes up here for you guys as well. So that's what I have for you guys this week. I hope this resonates, and I hope to see you here next week.